Charlie never really got into musical theater?
He's never really shown any interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I didn't push Riley to do it either. She just decided to do it.
Followed you.
I'm glad she did. She was good at it.
Yeah, she was really talented.
I didn't want to push her into it. She didn't want to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of how I was too. I had seen I was 3 years old, and I'd really liked the Addams Family when I was young. And then it was my birthday, and Skyline was doing Addams Family musical, and I just wanted to do it since then. Yeah, so I didn't, because my mom had done sports and stuff all her life. And then Holden followed me after. So.
Yeah.
And once you're in it, it's kind of hard to stop.
It's addictive.
Do you think you've thrown the towel yet?
Oh, no.
No.
I've taken a break just because I've had sinus challenges for the past year. But once I get over that, I'm going to get back into it. I don't think I'll ever stop it.
No, I mean, there's so many opportunities for everything and every type of person.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind doing more directing.
Yeah, you've done that in the past?
I directed it a bit in high school, the musical up there for 5 years. So, but I'd like to direct a play.
Yeah.
Not a musical, just a straight play with adults. I'd like to do at some point.
Do you have any plays in mind that you want to?
Not necessarily. No.
I don't know anything about it. But you retired spelling bee, right? Is that what I read?
I was in spelling bee, yeah.
Yeah, I read somewhere you retired the character. Or something.
I retired the character, yeah. Because I did it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the fit?
I threw it on last minute. That probably won't taste good. Would. It's a packet with seasoning, so can't really mess it up. What time is it? 9? Go ahead and start the trailer. Oh, well then.
Come take a stroll with Nick down the road, with storyboard and tales untold, from the highs to the low, get in tune that we go, cause he's your guy, he's by your side, hitting topics that's worldwide. So let's take a ride and make some noise, buy you some merch for you to enjoy, get the word from anything and everything with Nick Steinberger. Let's go.
Welcome to Anything and Everything Season 2, Episode 5, baby! One more time, for the fans. Woo! It's really for me, but who cares? Who cares? It's my show. Who cares? Yeah! Woo! Welcome to Anything and Everything Season 2, Episode 5 with Nick Steinberger. I'm your host, Nick Steinberger. It's hot. I don't know why I put this thing on. I'm taking it off. Don't get any ideas. I don't know if I tricked anyone. I might have. Who knows? So today, we've upgraded the studio a little bit. We've got the poster. And I can't show you the rest because then I'll show the guest. But today, very exciting episode. Very exciting guest coming on today. We have the one, the only, Ryan Patrick, everyone. Woo!
Thank you. Please sit down.
See, yeah.
Sit down. My goodness.
This guy knows what's up.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
for those you don't know, the man, the myth, the legend, Ryan Patrick, he is a theater legend. As in the trailer, you might think he's union by how much stuff he does. You do a lot of stuff.
I have. I've done a lot of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been doing theater for?
Well, my first show was in 6th grade, and then, I
wow.
did high school shows and then college, and I've been doing them pretty much my entire life. Took a little bit of a break with kids and things like that, but yeah, I've pretty much been doing them for the last 35 years.
Because I remember whenever I first entered Southern Illinois Community Theater, I kept hearing your name, the Ryan Patrick. I was like, who the hell is Ryan Patrick?
I pay people very well to talk.
Do you?
Very nicely.
Oh, how much? I gotta get on that train.
Get you on a retainer.
I need to. I wish I had that. Every time I say someone's name, I get paid like $5. I'd be product placing the crap out of them. But no, Ryan is a really cool dude. I'm glad he came on. There was we did spelling bee a little over a year ago at Johnny Logan Community College.
Yeah.
And I remember Riley, your daughter, she told me the story of how she asked you, like, what would you do if I ever asked you to be on the podcast? And so when I texted Ryan, I said, hey, I said the time has come for me to ask you to come on the podcast. And Ryan came on. Whether that was surprising or not, I'll let the viewers decide. But
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to regret this or not.
Yeah, so I kind of went for the Spaceballs theme when I made the trailer with the.
I saw that. Yeah. Thank you. I've always wanted to be in a scroll.
Well,
I appreciate that.
Like I said, I'm glad I can make dreams come true. I've been doing it since 2005. We're gonna keep going. So.
Waiting so long for somebody to make my dreams come true.
Bless up, hallelujah. So no, I've been throughout this season 2, everyone. We have been, me and Max and a few of my people. We've been trying to improve it, and I think we are. I don't know if you saw season 1 at all.
I saw some of it. Yeah.
Compared to this, it looks like shit. It looks horrible, and I will be the first to admit that. So
okay, all right,
And I mean, the first episode ever, the mics didn't work, so we had to use my camera phone audio. And then so-and-so. But then I bought this little bad boy right here, this mixer. You can't really see it.
I see it, yeah.
This bad boy right here is, it helps so much.
Is that the Rode?
It's Rodecaster Duo.
Yeah, the Rodecaster,
so,
yeah.
Facebook Marketplace. Did me good. But on podcasts, you've been around podcasts your whole life. Not your whole life.
Not my whole life,
For a long time, though, you've been around podcasts and radio.
Yeah. I worked in radio for 15 years and then did a podcast with a buddy of mine, and now do a podcast called MASH Matters, which is, we are in our 7th year of doing that podcast, and that is about the classic television series MASH, and I get to do it with somebody who was on the show. Jeff Maxwell is his name. He played Private Igor Straminsky on MASH, and he's my friend, and we do a podcast about MASH.
So whenever did you watch MASH before you did the podcast?
Yeah. Or yeah, I'm a lifelong fan.
Were you?
MASH.
When did you first discover MASH?
Well, from my mom used to watch it all the time.
Oh,
so
like whenever
from a very early age, I remember watching it. I remember not liking it when I was a kid, but as I got a little bit older, and it was still originally on TV when I was watching
so it was still streaming episodes.
This is the original airing. Back when there were 3 networks and there was no VCR, DVD, or
no streaming at all,
nothing. And I watched it and loved it, and just kept watching it in syndication. And it's my favorite show,
like ever, all time.
All time,
number one,
all time.
What was it like with the Army aspect? Like, can you describe what MASH is?
Well, MASH stands for Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, and it's set in the Korean War, and it's about a group of doctors. Medical doctors in a war, and what they deal with, but it's a comedy. Yeah. Now there's dramatic parts of it. But
of course.
But it's a comedy.
Yeah.
But it's a very smart comedy. It was very well written, and that's one of the reasons it continues to really still work today.
Relevant?
It stands the test of time. But it's just how these doctors cope with the madness around them, the chaos around them. And a lot of people came back to it during COVID, a lot, which I think is because we were all kind of going through that. It's like, how do we, how do we find humor? How do we stay sane in the midst of all this, craziness? And I think that appealed to a lot of people.
I'm trying to think, was it Gilligan's Island? Is that the name of it? The one where they're on like an island that's like sinking over time?
Well, it's not sinking.
What is it?
Well, they're on an island, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
but
the
it's
island
not
was
sinking.
Oh,
No.
I thought it was sinking.
Now, is that
Oh.
Lost? Is that what was that island sinking? I don't know.
Well,
my wife watched that show. I didn't watch that
What
show.
is so? I've never. I'll be the first to admit I've never watched a single episode of MASH. I'm sorry, I failed you.
Why not?
I'm sorry. I just
What is stopping you from watching MASH?
absolutely nothing.
Okay, then you need to
Absolutely
watch
nothing.
it.
No.
You need to start watching it.
Well, I was on the army grind for about a few months now.
Right.
So
right.
I think I need a break. Then I'll get back
Okay,
on it.
you can take a break, but you need to watch it.
How long? Okay, what episode? Do I need to watch the whole thing, or do I just watch parts of it?
Well, you could. I mean, I would love for you to watch the whole thing, but they were on for 11 seasons, so it's
gonna be a binge.
Yeah. So there are some. I can let you know what some episodes
Okay,
are.
yeah.
that
I also
are some good episodes.
I also hate to admit I've never watched MASH Matters either.
Well, first of all, you don't watch it; you listen to it. We don't do a video.
okay.
Ours is
Gotcha.
an OG podcast
Yeah.
where you just listen to it.
Just
we don't
listen,
have
yeah.
this big fancy get up
Well,
in
I
the
will-
studio audience like you do. Okay?
Yeah, I got about 50 people behind Max, guys.
Yeah,
Don't
and
worry.
I saw the line outside the door when I
Yeah,
got here.
it's like a club.
It is. They almost didn't let me in. I'm not hip enough.
I mean, so the first season was like podcast, but as this has gone on, as we've done live streaming, because live streaming is so much easier to edit than it is to do post, dude. It is.
I know. I do a lot of editing.
You
so
know what I
yeah.
mean? It is so much easier. So I was like, why don't we just do episodes live? And then I can hook up these cameras, do a hotkey them. That way we can switch it. Because I mean, taking one camera, I had my phone camera, and then I would crop it to different ways to have different cameras.
Right.
And doing that, it like what took 30 seconds of work, I can do in 0.2 seconds now. So it's like it really is so much easier. Because whenever season 2 first premiered, me and Brandon did an episode like normal on my phone, called it a day. Mm-hmm. But I went back to editing it, and it was like a 55-minute episode. And I was at hour 5 of editing, and I was only like 40 minutes in, and I said, I don't got the time for this, dude. I'm not making a cent off this podcast. I need to make this easier. And so I feel like I've kind of turned it, whenever I talk about it, I say podcast / night show, because I mean, it's at night. It's a live stream show.
Right.
So I feel like that's a good name for it.
It's a show.
So,
it's
yeah.
a show. Yeah.
It's a show.
Yes.
So you've worked in shows, radio, theater, all kinds of shows. So
Yeah.
with radio, what did you do with radio?
Radio, I was I did a lot of things with radio, but I started doing overnight DJing on Z100, the local country station. That's how I started. Overnights. And that's when we were still running off of CD.
Yeah.
And so you had to have somebody there at all times.
Because
to
people
play
are listening, yeah.
And the CDs were only like 3 minutes long. So
Yeah.
you had to, you couldn't just...
You can't just play a playlist
just
all
can't
day.
put it on auto and go away. Like
Oh,
you
so
can
that's
now.
when you were inserting CDs.
We were actually playing off of
Oh,
CD. Yes.
okay.
Yes. And for you kids out there, a CD was a compact disc that had music on it, and you put it in a player that played the CD. And if there was a scratch on the CD, you were screwed. Okay, especially live on the air. And then if you had to go to the bathroom, you found the longest song you could.
Yeah,
And for
and
me,
you
that was
booked
the
it.
live version of Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks, which clocked in at like 6 minutes and 30 something
wow.
seconds. So that was if you ever heard overnight the live version of Friends in Low Places, that meant that the DJ was pooping. That's what that meant. Pouring yourself a drink. Very nice. It looks refreshing.
Do you want a glass?
No, I'm good. I brought my own.
Oh.
Thank you. I brought my own.
You don't trust my water.
It's not that I don't trust it. It's that I don't trust it.
Oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, I did kind of pull it like out of nowhere. Y'all can't see what's behind this desk, so you have no idea. There's.
He is wearing pants. I can confirm.
I can confirm. I am
Yes.
wearing the pants. Don't worry, chat. I couldn't find my hat earlier. I've worn this hat for every podcast episode of season 2, and I couldn't find it earlier. So I thought I was gonna have to go to the SNL hat, but luckily
I'm glad
we found it. We found it. Don't worry. You're not an SNL fan?
I love SNL.
Okay.
I've been watching SNL my whole life. Yeah.
SNL. I'm an SNL dude.
SNL and I are both 50 years old this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you're an old dude.
Thank you.
You're an old
Yes.
fart.
Am I
Wow.
the oldest? No, I think Bill Swinford has a couple of years on me. I think.
Does he?
Yeah, maybe not many, but I think he has a few years on me.
Oh yeah,
but,
because he would be the oldest person on the
but
podcast.
I'm probably
so.
the next oldest person.
You're the oldest person on the night show.
Oh,
if
hey,
that makes you.
There you go. It's way past my bedtime
special.
right now.
Is
you
it?
know that, yeah.
So with my podcast, I've been trying to automate as much as possible. Instead of me texting people, when are you free? Here's my date. Trying to. I've started after you did that, after your episode, which yours wasn't a problem. I've had people that are so, you know how it is, trying to schedule stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I discovered making a Google form with days I'm free, and then they select when they're free.
Gotcha.
And then, because most of the time, like 9 p.m., most people are pretty open unless you're in shows.
Right.
But
or asleep.
That's the kicker that I've been getting is that's too late. I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's when I do them.
Okay. You don't have to apologize.
No.
I mean, you don't have to like justify it. You know, that's your show.
Yeah.
I chose to come on here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
So, what is this like the latest you've stayed up in like?
No,
months?
I'm actually more of a night owl.
Gotcha.
But I go to bed about this time, and then I just lay in bed.
Yeah.
And not sleep.
You a TikTok
for hours.
scroller, or are you just?
Oh
laying in
yeah,
bed?
I'm a doom scroller.
Are you actually?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I scroll and I listen to podcasts. And,
Look at us
yeah.
getting our older senior citizens onto the new trends of people.
Wait.
It's really nice.
Okay, now wait. Slow down there,
Okay.
Steinberger.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Not
Go ahead.
senior citizen. Let's slow down with that.
You
talk.
have 10 years till you retire.
I'm self-employed. Are you kidding? There's no such thing as
Oh, you're
retirement.
self-employed?
Yeah.
Oh, how?
I pay myself.
Wait, does MASH make that much money?
No. I work in marketing.
Oh,
MASH Matters is just my
forgot about that.
my little passion project
Yeah.
on the side.
so does
And
MASH?
we do have a Patreon.
Oh,
So
okay.
we do have supporters that
So
help
does
us.
MASH have like a decent following?
MASH Matters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many when you release? How many average streams do you get?
Downloads total. So we have 100 and actually at midnight tonight we'll release episode 138. Is that right? Yeah.
I have no idea if that's right or not.
We was it last fall? I believe it was last fall. We reached 1 million downloads total.
Wow,
Yeah.
good for you.
So yeah, we have a
Yeah.
big following.
So do you obviously you don't have to answer. Obviously, like, do you make like money off of it, or is it like
Well, we have
just
Patreon. Just
Gotcha.
Patreon. I didn't want to do even though I work in marketing, I didn't want to sell ads.
Yeah,
Because I wanted to be able to control
yeah,
our own product.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
once you
wanna
have
just,
ads,
and,
yeah.
well, and especially the ones that like just insert them in the middle, they're annoying. They're just they just throw them in there, and you don't have any control over it, and
yeah.
it's just. And then all of a sudden, because I'll listen to podcasts, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of a sentence, there'll be an ad.
Yeah.
Because it was just inserted by the
like
the
for me,
content.
I mean, I have ads, but they're mostly my stuff, and I
yeah.
also make a point to know,
Again, I work in marketing, so I have nothing against ads.
Yeah.
I just didn't. We just made the choice. Jeff and I made the choice not to sell it on.
Yeah.
But it's expensive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Podcasting is expensive. There are a lot of costs
Yeah.
involved with it, and so we opened it up for Patreon, and we have I think 100 people who are supporting us on Patreon.
wow.
So I mean, it's not it's not my living, but
No,
it's a
it's a
nice
fun
little,
hobby, yeah.
It's a nice little
That-
addition to
That's
it.
how I feel because, I mean, I'm not making a cent off this stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
making, but it's a passion of mine. And I mean, people ask me, a few of my friends are like, "What if I want to start a podcast?" And I go, "Okay." I'm not trying to downplay you, but I feel like I've done enough episodes to know how to start a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And they ask me, they're like, "Okay, I want to start a podcast." Okay, I go, "Okay, can you talk for over an hour at a time? Do you have the money to buy stuff?" And they said it costs money, and I go, "Well, if you're gonna do if you're gonna interview people, you have to have 2 mics, you have to have a mixer, you have to, if you want to do video, that opens up a whole nother can of stuff. You have to have good lighting, you have to have a set, you have to have."
Do you want to have a website
Exactly.
to host? You have to you have to pay for
Yeah.
hosting, and it adds up.
It
adds up very quickly.
Quickly, yeah.
The great thing about podcasting is that anybody can do it. The bad thing about podcasting is that anybody can do it.
Yeah, very much
And
so.
so many people try it, and I think the average lifespan of a podcast is like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And then it fades away. It's called pod fade. It just goes away because people realize, oh, this is a lot of work. You have to actually put a lot of work into
And
this.
it really is like whenever I was just starting, because I just did my podcast, then I was like, okay, I think I want to do YouTube videos too, which I've started doing also.
Yeah.
But one of the things was, do you have enough stuff to do at least 30 episodes? Can you do at least 30 videos? That's the thing I've heard. If that's different, it's different. But it was like, you really have to break down, be like, okay. And luckily for my podcast, I interview people.
Yeah.
I can get 30 people to interview. That's not a problem.
Right.
And also, I like to talk. I think that's very well known for people who know me. I like to talk.
Yeah,
so.
you need to come out of your shell.
My shell?
Yeah, you are so introverted.
Yeah, it's horrible. You know, Ryan, you're kind of the same way too. But
I am a deep introvert, actually.
Are you really?
I am.
Oh. I mean, I kind of see it, but
You put me in front of a crowd, I'm fine.
yeah. But
Put
if
me
it's
on
like,
stage, but if I just have to have unnecessary small talk for the sake of having small talk, it drives me up the wall.
Up the wall?
I would rather just
What would you rather
sit
do?
and
What would you
not
rather
do
do?
anything. If I go to a party, I go find a corner and I stay there.
yeah.
And if somebody comes to me to talk, okay. If somebody doesn't come over,
But
to
you're
me
not
to talk,
going to them.
That's fine too. In fact, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm there.
I kind of see it because, like, I remember during Spelling Bee, that was the first time I ever worked with you.
It's the
Ever.
only time we've really worked together.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, I helped with the standard issue readings and things like
Yeah,
that.
but that wasn't-
that wasn't
that was
an
a one-day
actual
thing called that.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, it was the first time I worked with you, this theater legend that kept saying, okay,
Stop saying legend, by the way.
theater fart.
Thank you.
Is that better?
I prefer that
Oh, huh. Theater,
significantly.
theater fart.
Yeah.
But I remember working with you on that, and I remember, like, you would always be in the corner editing. So is that why? Or is it because you had a job to do?
I would bring my laptop and edit the podcast when I wasn't on stage.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, in that show, I'm on stage most of the time anyway. But in stretches where you guys were working on other things, I would go off and
Yeah.
But if I'm in a show, I find my spot somewhere backstage and I just kind of stay there. I don't really go to the dressing room and
No, I don't
hang out in the dressing room.
I don't think I saw you once in that dressing room.
I would pop in when necessary,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not. I know some people might look at it and think I'm being, you know, standoffish or
Yeah.
whatever. It's not that. It's just I'm much more comfortable just finding my spot somewhere backstage
Yeah.
and doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Rather than because I do want to focus too. I'm not like a method actor or anything like
No,
that, but I do also want to, you know,
Yeah.
just
No,
kinda
it's fair. I mean, you
keep my
know,
mind clear and get
Yeah.
ready for the performance. You know.
So with running it back while we're on the topic of theater,
Yeah.
expanding. Oh, excuse me. Whoa.
You okay there?
Whoa, that beef jerky did not sit well. Oh, my goodness. But running back to the theater.
Yes.
So I know you said you did it in high school. What was the first show you ever did? Can you think that far back?
Okay,
I know it was a long
the
time.
first show I ever did was in 6th grade, and it was a big variety show. It was like a town-wide variety show,
Gotcha.
and I was in 2 little
Yeah.
skits.
Yeah.
The first show I did was in high school. That was a show called Lil Abner. I don't know if you've ever
I've heard of Lil Abner.
Okay. Lil Abner is a musical based on an old 1950s comic strip. It's a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
It has not aged well, but it is a fun show to do, and a
Yeah.
lot of fun characters in the show. That was my first show in high school. Then I did Sound of Music and Fiddler on the Roof in high school. And that's what those were the only. But then I got to college and I just started doing show after show after show
Yeah.
after show after show, and just loved it.
Sound of Music probably came out whenever you were in high school, didn't it? That was a good one. You got to admit, that was a good one.
Okay. I mean, I know I'm older.
Let me
than
have
you.
my one. Let me have my one.
I know I'm older than
Yeah.
you, but I'm not that old. Okay.
I mean, you're kind of old. Like, look at you. You got like the Wolverine look going on right now.
Yeah. Thank you.
I feel like we're going into in between two ferns right now. We're getting into
We're-
that. We're evolving, but no, because when did you graduate high school? If you mind me asking.
1993.
Oh, that's not bad. I've been playing. My mom's older than. Wait, no, she's not older than you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is she?
I don't know. I was born in 1975. I was born in the 1900s. Way back.
I'm
way
gonna
back
check real quick to see. Now I'm on this. Oh, look at the photo just popped up.
Oh, now who sent that? Who sent you that? I don't like that.
I have my ways.
I don't like that photo.
So you don't?
That photo,
Do you want to describe that photo to the audiences?
You can describe.
I can show it.
I have a good reason why I did it, but
Okay.
you can show it.
Well, first I'm trying to figure out when my mom graduated high school. She graduated in 95.
Okay, so I'm older than your mom.
Yeah. How's that? Is that
By 2 years.
by 2? That's not bad.
Yeah.
So the photo, Max, can you go to camera 3 real quick? So camera 3, people.
This awful
This
photo.
is Ryan. Oh, we have to get the side by side too. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's perfect right there.
Yeah, see,
That's
and
perfect.
that was only like 7 years ago too. That's how much I've
Really?
aged.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
So were you a Cubs fan first, then you switched, or
No, bite your tongue, son. That is blasphemy. I have always been a Cardinals fan. I will continue to be.
I mean, the
Cardinals fan.
photos don't lie.
Now
so.
you'll notice that photo is taken in a Walmart, and
Okay.
that I did not actually own that hat. I put it on in a Walmart.
Okay.
Okay, and the reason I did it was to show support for somebody who was very special to me, who was going through a very tough battle, who is a major Cubs fan.
Gotcha.
And it was a big day because he was actually going to be honored at Wrigley Field that day.
Oh,
And so for that one day, to show support,
you became a Cubs fan for one day.
I didn't. No, I'm not going to go that far. I put on the hat.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will still say that there are still scars from the hat.
Oh,
Okay. Because
yeah.
the burning
Yeah.
around the scalp. But that's why. But you see, the internet is forever.
Yes.
So when you put it out there,
It's there for good.
People retain those photos,
Yes.
and then they bring them back
To life.
at inopportune times.
Yeah.
Like, say, for instance, during a live stream.
Yes.
Late night show.
So, would you ever go back to that hat?
No.
No.
No, I have worn a Cubs hat one other time.
Okay.
I was a bell ringer one time for the Salvation Army,
Okay.
and you could make advance donations online. And I said, if we reach a certain amount of money, I will do my bell ringing while wearing a Cubs hat.
Yeah.
And the people love to see me humiliated, so they
raised the money.
raised the money,
Yeah.
and I had to wear a Cubs hat. I had a Cardinal shirt on underneath.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have to say that, but yeah, I did wear a Cubs hat.
So, if someone offered you $5,000 to go wear a Cubs hat, just a Cubs hat and normal clothes to a Cardinals game, a Cubs versus Cardinals game,
No,
for $5,000,
it's not worth it.
Really?
It's not worth it.
Well, you're telling me if I handed you, I won't. I do not.
You don't have it.
No. But if I did,
No.
and I handed the check to you right now, you would not take it?
I would do it. The only times I've ever done it is for charity or for
Gotcha.
somebody else.
Okay.
Now, if that was for a donation
What
to
if I
something else,
gave you the check and you give it to wherever?
if it was for a $5,000 donation to something,
Yeah.
I would consider it.
Okay.
It depends on what it was going towards. But,
$5 million.
well, now, son, now you're just it's crazy talk.
But the condition is $5 million. But
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of your life, you have to have you have to buy your own season tickets to Cubs games.
No,
No. For $5 million?
no,
You don't have to go to the games.
no.
That's crazy.
I would not do it.
I would.
Unless I could stipulate that the seats always were never used. So, like,
I mean,
buy
there's
some
still-
really great seats, but nobody could ever use them.
I mean, the
They
Cubs are
sat
still getting
empty.
their money, though, so.
I know. That's the thing, is I don't want to support that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
what
if,
started...
If the money's going to charity,
Then
yes.
yes.
But if it's going to the Cubs, no.
No. So what started your hatred? Your hatred towards it? Is it a hatred or is it a like a love-hate relationship?
It's a healthy love-hate
Okay.
situation with the
Did
Cubs.
you just decide that, or was
Well,
there like a trigger moment?
If you decide, if you grew up a Cardinals fan, like a diehard Cardinals fan, you can't be wishy-washy. You can't be in the middle and go, oh, like 2016 when the Cubs won the World Series.
Yeah.
It pains me. People got onto me. Like they were mad at me because I would not support the
Yeah.
Cubs. It'd been like 100 years since they won.
Yeah.
And they got mad, and I'm like, no, you don't. Why would you want my support? Why
Yeah.
would you want my my?
So people actually got mad at you.
People did get mad at me because I would not support.
Yeah, no. If you're
hop
if
on
you're
the bandwagon.
if you're a fan of a team, be a
No.
fan of a team.
My fandom lies in the Cardinals, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent.
See, my fandom is SIU.
Okay.
Go Dogs. I mean,
Yes.
I'm also a student, but like I'll DM like so SEMO, they for Christmas they had like their whatever the Red Hawks name is.
Yeah.
They put him in a Santa suit and like had him walk around, and I commented on TikTok, I don't like this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no,
I mean,
get
to
that.
this day, I still hate Creighton because Creighton used to come to the SIU arena, and it was like they were, back when they were in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Yeah.
And, that was like the big
But
rivalry.
if you're a fan, you're a fan.
Yeah.
So
You're-
did you discover the Cardinals on your own, or was it like you got showed them?
From an early age.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Gotcha,
I grew up in the era of like Ozzie Smith and those guys.
Yeah.
And it was just it just happened.
I don't know who they are. I'm sorry, I wasn't
After
born in
you watch
1940.
MASH, you can go and look at some of
So
the
now
great
I got like a-
players.
now I got
You're
like
gonna
a
have
whole
homework.
list.
You're going to have homework after this. You're going to regret. I'm not sure who's going to regret this appearance more, you or me. When
We're
all
both
done.
going to regret it.
Yeah.
But no. All right. We're going to go on a break. And when we get back, we will actually deep dive into topics and not go.
Oh, we're actually going to deep dive?
We're going to actually deep dive. Yeah.
All right.
We're going to talk about the Great Depression of 1912 or something.
I cannot wait to talk about that.
Okay. All right. Everyone, stay tuned. Watch my ads. We'll be back. Montage time. Go to effinggear.com. Get you a hat, jacket, some stickers. I missed. Stickers. Use discount code Nicholas Steinberger for 20% off. I went to Buc-ee's. Here's how it went.
Nick goes to Buc-ee's. What a sight. Nick goes to Buc-ee's. Pure delight.
So about a week ago, I was on the phone with my friends, and one of them said how their friend went to Buc-ee's. I said, I've never been there. I've only dreamed about this place, this land, if you will. And so,
Come on,
called my
you know you
girlfriend
wanna
and said,
buy
hey,
it.
you want to go to Buc-ee's tomorrow at 6 a.m.?
buy the merch.
Drive 3.5
Come
hours.
on.
Of course, she was
Buy the
hesitant, but I sealed the deal with
Buy it.
getting her to watch How I Met Your Mother.
Buy the merch.
So it worked out perfectly.
Bye.
Good morning.
Bye.
We're in the car.
Merch.
It's like
Buy the merch.
6:15 in the morning.
Buy the merch.
And it's raining.
Let's do it.
Now, of course, I've only heard about Buc-ee's. I've never been to this land, if you will, the home of the buck. Buc-ee's. Do you see the connection here? It's crazy. I have no idea what I'm thinking. I've only heard of gas. Go.
Hey, hey. Come take a stroll with Nick
down the road.
With storyboard
And tales untold.
From the highs to the low, get into that.
Get into that.
Go, 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 cause he's your guy.
He's a guy.
By your side, hidden topics that's worldwide.
Worldwide.
So let's take a ride and make some noise. Buy you some merch.
All right,
for
Ryan.
you to
Let's hear it,
enjoy.
Ryan. Let's go.
Get the word from anything and everything.
With Nick Steinberger. Let's go. You're not singing.
I don't know the lyrics to
Okay.
this song. I apologize. But I think it's interesting that you're singing a song about yourself,
It's my theme song.
but you're singing along with it.
Am I not allowed to sing with the song?
I guess you can. I mean, obviously you are. Just
So have you never sung a song before?
yes, I've sung songs.
Okay. Have you sung with
I've
an
not
artist
sung
playing?
a song about myself.
Okay, but if it was about yourself, would you sing it?
Not on a live stream.
A live stream smash beam. I'm having fun, dog.
All right.
Don't dig on me for having fun.
I'm not gonna, hey, whatever. You live your life the way you want to live it.
Guys, I think Ryan's right. I think I'm gonna regret this more than he does.
We should put money on this.
Should we?
Who is going to have more regret at the end of
If
the
I win,
evening?
you have to wear a Cubs hat.
Oh,
See, now
no.
we're gonna.
No.
See, he doesn't make that risk because he's
No.
scared. That's what I'm getting
I'm
at.
not
You're
scared.
That's why you're not wearing the hat on.
I'm not scared.
Anyway,
I'm loyal.
Loyal schmoyal, dude.
Loyal.
Loyal schmoyal.
Okay.
So, but no, with songs. So running back to the theater thing. So
Yes.
You said you performed a little bit. So what is it about theater? Like, what was the thing that got you hooked? If you can think again, if you can think that far back.
I'm not that old to, forget my memories. But when I was a kid, I was always fascinated with entertainment and acting and actors and just the process.
Yeah.
But back in my day, we didn't have a lot of opportunities for kids to do theater.
Okay.
Nowadays there are so many opportunities, and here in Southern Illinois and everywhere, there's just so many opportunities for kids to do theater.
Yeah.
We didn't have that when I was a kid.
Okay.
And so, so that's why it took me so long. It wasn't until high school that I finally was able to really start doing it. Yeah. And I just kind of found my tribe. That was my place.
Yeah.
It's where I felt the most comfortable. To this day, I feel more comfortable on a stage than anywhere else in the world.
That's kind of Austin, because you saw Stand Up Issue.
Yes.
Austin, he was one of the drill sergeants. Austin Vanderkoff, I think. I don't remember how to pronounce his last name. He was the last episode on the last guest on the podcast, and he never did a show in his life. And he was doing making up like PT or something, and he saw a poster for this show, and he was like, "Oh, it's a theater show. I'll check it out." And he loved it. Like he fell in love with it.
I think most people would if they tried it.
Yeah,
I really do. I feel like I wish that schools would make a theater class mandatory. Yeah. One class. Take one
semester?
acting class. Yeah. Basics of acting.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it helps you. I mean, there's speech classes, but this is different. Performing is different. Yeah. Because you're persuading, you're embodying somebody else, and you're performing. And we perform every day. Yeah. No matter who you are, what you do, you perform. Whether you're a waiter, waitress, or whatever.
You have to perform.
You're performing for tips. I mean, you're performing. Yeah. Whenever you're talking to somebody, and theater helps with that.
It does. And like I don't remember what the study was, but I thought and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I remember someone saying that like kids that take like music. What was this? You hear that?
I heard that.
Was that God?
No.
Was that Brandon McGee? He's back.
I don't know.
But I don't know what it was. Anyway.
Are we still on the air?
I think so. I think we're good.
All right.
So
they haven't taken us down yet.
They might, honestly. Last time, like 2 episodes ago, I said Brandon McGee's name, and the stream like legitimately shut down.
Well, that happens a lot.
So I feel like Brandon like has like a wrath. Like he has a microphone planted in here.
It's the new, it's the new Macbeth.
Oh, right? Oh yeah. But and like I saw a study somewhere that like kids that do music, kids that do something, like they genuinely do better in school, or they do like, because I mean they have their schoolwork, but then they have a whole nother, they have rehearsals, they have practices.
Yes,
so.
yeah. I mean it's a commitment, and it's and there you have to really put the work in. When it's always funny after a show when somebody's like, I don't know how you answer, I don't know how you memorize all those lines. I'm like, well, memorization is the first part. Yeah. You don't just memorize the lines. No. That until you have the lines memorized, you can't truly build a character.
And it's like, I mean, you memorize, I mean, people that work at McDonald's, for example, you have to memorize how to do your job. Yeah. You have to know how to do it. It's kind of the same. You just have to, it's part of your job. It's a learning curve. And once you get it down, it's down and you're great.
Yeah. But you can always be better. You can always improve. You can always. And so the more times that you do, the first hurdle for somebody who's never been on stage is to just audition. Audition. Do it. Go out and find a local theater and audition. And if you end up being cast in the show as the fourth tree on the left in the forest scene, that's great. That's a great starting place for you, because you'll show up, you'll do the work, you'll be the best damn tree that you can possibly be.
I love a good tree.
if you show, there's an actor named Steve Zahn,
Okay.
who I like a lot. But this is attributed to him. I don't know if it's entirely true, if it's all him or not, but he says to be successful, you show up when you're supposed to show up. You know your stuff.
Okay.
Know your lines,
Yeah.
know what your character is, okay? And don't be an asshole.
That sounds like three basic rules to me. Yeah.
If you can do that, you will start building a reputation for being a good, dependable person. And that helps you. And that will help you. Every show you do, you're auditioning for the next show. Yeah. By how you act.
I've never thought about it that way, yeah.
Yeah. Because directors talk.
Yeah.
And, you can get a reputation.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a good reputation. Other times it's a
because you can be a horrible performer but a great person, and you can also be a great performer but a horrible person.
Yes, and I've seen people who audition really well and then don't bring it in the performance, and I've seen the vice versa, where somebody may not audition great, but they are fantastic on stage because they've put in the repetition, the work. So, and
it really, especially in especially in an area like Southern Illinois, where there is so much theater. There is so much theater in Southern Illinois.
Yes and no. But go ahead.
Okay, and it really is like how a lot of people work with a lot of people, and a lot of like Brandon McGee, he does lighting for a lot of people. Jeff Bird's stage manager for a lot of people.
Yes.
And a lot of times, like creative, they help with like Skyline all the time. They help with the standard issue.
Yes.
And it really is. I mean, it's also nice working with other people who have the same goal. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you're both rival theater companies, but not even really that. So
no, you're not. Because if you do a good show, that's just going to help sell tickets for the other company's show too. So
gotcha.
We have to work together. But when I said yes or no, I want to push back on that a little bit, because there is a lot of theater in the area, but most of it is musical theater. There are not a lot of theaters around here doing straight plays.
I see what you mean.
And there is a segment of the population who may not feel as comfortable doing a musical as they would being in a play.
You're right.
And so, outside of the stage company, there's not really a group around here that just does plays.
Like schools, they do play. Like the universities, they do plays, but it's not a company.
That's not a company, right? I mean, that's an education thing, And Johnny Logan, that's where I cut my teeth. That's where I, grew in that theater department. Yeah, because it was a thriving department at one point. Now it's not, and now they're trying to rebuild it. But even then, they still will maybe do one play in the fall. Yeah. So I wish that there were more opportunities outside of Carbondale, outside of stage company, to do plays. Yeah.
Because I remember, because part of my goal in college is once I decided, a few years ago when I decided theater is going to be my life. That's what I'm going to designate performing to. Yeah. I made a list of every local company I could think of, no matter what, and I've been checking off each box, trying to get one. And I'm in Outsiders right now, and that performs next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the week after, you should go watch it. I'm in the show on the Bad Guy show. But there you go. But that was one of the ones I have not worked on because I'm not a play guy. I don't really do plays. But I've discovered plays have helped me so. This play has helped me so much acting wise. There's so many random noises happening right now, guys.
Is this place haunted? Is that what this is?
This is freaking me out.
Okay.
But I mean, it is thundering outside. So
yes, it was storming. Yes.
But and it really helped me become a better actor. The show, it really has helped me. Standard issue helped me a ton too, because I mean, I didn't have anyone to base it off of. Standard issue, I was going in, I was freeballing it. So it really was. And I think I used to be a play hater. I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a play hater. I would snooze through. I'd watch them. I'd snooze fest. But I also was used to show, dance, singing nonstop to keep me up. So it really is part of that.
It depends on the play.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in music. I've been in and I've seen musicals that were also boring.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to what is the show.
Can you name drop a musical you think is a snooze?
Okay, so I'm not a big fan of most Rodgers and Hammerstein shows.
Really? Not Golden Age? You're not a fan of Golden Age?
I'm not saying Golden, but it seems they're very formulaic.
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
They always are about 4 songs too long, and the lead roles are usually quite dull.
Yeah.
They're saved oftentimes by supporting roles, but I do like Oklahoma.
Okay. That's what my mind went to, was Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's probably, of the Rodgers and Hammerstein shows, Oklahoma's the one I can tolerate the most.
So what are top 5 worst shows you, in your opinion? Top 5 worst shows of all time. All time.
Oh, now
musical.
this is going to get me in trouble.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is going to...
It's anything and everything, not anything and some things.
Okay. So
yeah, let me get my ring pop for this.
I'm not gonna say it's their worst shows. It's just let's say, how about 5 shows that I hope that if I never have to sit through again ever.
You'd be fine.
How about
with
that?
Okay, I'm fine with that.
All right.
I got my cheese balls. I'm ready.
The first one's probably going to get me in trouble right off the bat.
Let's hear it.
Because actually they're in rehearsals for it right now. But The Sound of Music.
Really?
If I never see The Sound of Music again,
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I was in The Sound of Music when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I've seen it, I think, a dozen times, and
It's just a snooze fest for you?
A little piece of me dies every time I see it. I can't. I'll tell you, and I'm going to sidetrack here, but
Okay.
Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen The Sound of Music?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I saw it when Ren Lake did it.
So, Captain Von Trapp, that's the role I played in high school.
Yes, Captain Von Trapp. Oh, you played Captain?
I played Captain
Okay.
Von Trapp, yes. You know, he's this stern taskmaster.
Yeah.
And then the kids sing one half of a song, and then all of a sudden he is a completely different person. Now explain that to me. Somebody who has been in the military his entire life, who is a disciplinarian with a capital D.
Yeah.
And the kids sing one song, and all of a sudden he is a softie.
Yeah, that
Everything
doesn't really make
changes.
sense, no.
I never have ever understood, and I played the role, and I don't understand that. So anyway,
Actually, we're going to pause real quick. We're going to go to break because I just realized I'm streaming the live stream on Facebook to Vets in the Arts and not my actual account.
Oh.
So we're going to go to break real quick, and we're going to fix that, and then we will continue Ryan's story.
I can think about.
Yeah, he can think about more. Yeah. So we will be right back. So Facebook viewers, I'm sorry. Come join YouTube or come join the YouTube or the Twitch. Okay, we'll be right back. Sponsor break. Montage time. Go to effinggear.com. Get you a hat, jacket, some stickers. I missed. Stickers. Use discount code Nicholas Steinberger for 20% off. I went to Buc-ee's. Here's how it went.
Nick goes to Buc-ee's. What a sight. Nick goes to Buc-ee's. Pure delight.
So about a week ago, I was on the phone with my friends, and one of them said how their friend went to Buc-ee's. I said, I've never been there. I've only dreamed about this place, this land, if you will. And so,
Come on,
called my
you know you
girlfriend and
wanna
said,
buy
hey,
it.
you want to go to Buc-ee's tomorrow at 6
just
a.m.?
buy the merch.
Drive 3.5
Come
hours?
on.
Of course, she was
Buy the merch.
hesitant, but I sealed the deal with
Buy it.
getting her to watch How I Met Your Mother.
Buy the merch.
So it worked out perfectly.
Buy
Good morning.
my
We're in the car.
merch.
It's like
Buy the merch.
6:15 in the morning.
Buy the merch.
And it's raining. Let's do it. Woo! Now, of course, I've only heard about Buc-ee's. I've never been to this land, if you will, the home of the buck. Buc-ee's. Do you see the connection here? It's crazy. I have no idea what I'm thinking. I've only heard of gas. Go. Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry for that little technical difficulty. Max has one job and he didn't do it right, so I guess that's what you get for hiring a 13-year-old. So like, you kind of deal. You know how that feels like, right, Ryan?
I don't hire 13-year-olds. No, I don't know how that feels.
Okay. Well, you know what I meant. So,
Okay.
run it back to your list, Ryan.
Okay, so I've already trashed.
Sound of Music, you're not a fan.
I don't have to see it again.
No.
That's the
So are
thing.
you going to go watch it?
What did I just say? I don't need to see it again. I don't need to see it
Well,
again.
that can be taken two different ways. That can be taken as, yes, I know, I don't need to see it again, but I'm going to support people I know.
Well, it's possible I might
Or-
go support
Exactly.
people, but if I had a choice between seeing that or seeing a different show, yeah.
Okay.
So, other shows that I could do with that, we've seen.
So are you doing your list? Like the first one you list is the one
No. I mean, I'm saving
Overall.
one for the very end.
and that's the worst one you hate the most?
That's the one that I think is
Okay.
the most overrated
gotcha.
musical of all time.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't. There's also some like obscure shows that like went to the Fox Theater a few years ago and saw Pretty Woman. You know, they took the movie Pretty Woman
Yeah.
and turned it into a musical.
Yeah.
It was so bad. And it had Adam Pascal in it, who was he was in one of the original cast of Rent. He is a Broadway guy, and he looked so bored in that show. I think he was he was phoning it in. It was very bad. So I would never want to see that again.
So that's up there. Okay.
Yeah. I have personal reasons that I don't want to talk about, but Oliver is a show that I really don't ever need to.
My
see
mom's
or
gonna
do.
hate that. That's her favorite show ever.
I'm sorry. And honestly, it has nothing necessarily to do with the show. It's just I was in a production of it one time, and it was there were some bad things that happened in that show, and it's left a bad taste in my mouth. So,
Oliver, you ain't gonna feed that boy more.
And honestly, I mean, I can kind of lump together like Disney shows because I'm not a big Disney fan. Now, The Lion King was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to watch, but I don't need to see a lot of. I've seen Aladdin twice, and that was twice too many. Really.
Yeah.
You know.
You can watch the movie, and that's pretty much it. So.
Yeah. But this is the one that's going to get me the most trouble, I think.
Is this like the worst of the worst?
I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm saying, in my opinion, it's the most overrated musical in musical history.
Oh, this is a big talk.
And
do you want me to
I'm in the minority.
Do you want me to put a voice effect over you? Or
If you want to.
Hang on, people.
Okay.
Let's find it. You better wind it up, dude.
I'm ready when you are.
Whoa, that was a lot.
What the heck?
That was not.
Excuse me. What are you doing? Okay. The most overrated musical.
So now
of
it's on
all
like
time.
it's not you saying it now. It's someone else.
It's somebody
so,
else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like I'm in the witness protection program here. Need a dark shadow on my face.
Yeah.
Is Wicked.
Wicked. All right, effect
There,
over.
I said it.
Wow.
I said it.
How come?
I saw it.
You ain't a fan of the
I saw a production. I saw a touring production of it first.
Okay.
And I went in because, I had high expectations for it because people just talk about how fantastic it is. And I left there going, that was it?
Okay.
That was okay.
I've never seen it.
Now, I'm not saying that there, of course, Define Gravity is a good song, and there's a couple of other songs that are good. I'm not saying the music is bad, but overall, I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't like it.
Did you like The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. Now that's another show that I could probably not have to sit through ever again.
Yeah.
But I was in The Wizard of Oz many years ago too.
Who were you?
I was the lion.
That's what I thought you'd be. I
Cowardly
feel like you'd be the
Lion,
lion. So.
But then I also saw Wicked on Broadway too, and it was not by choice. I was chaperoning a group and had to go.
Yeah.
Because again, I would go to anything else other than that. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a second chance.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see it in its original setting. You know, and I was
Broadway. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still.
So
it
did
just
you
solidified my opinion of it?
So I'm going to take it you didn't watch the movie that just came out?
I have not seen the movie.
That's my first thing with Wicked. I've never seen Wicked before, and I watched the movie. So
yeah, I've never seen it, and I don't really intend to see it.
Oh, for $5,000, would you see it?
While wearing a Cubs hat?
Yeah. So wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. probably gonna make a TikTok out of that last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we just did,
great.
so.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're welcome.
Yeah,
And
I'm
we're gonna
have
make
all the
sure
wicked haters.
I'm gonna Photoshop a Cubs hat on your head too. Like really go crazy with that.
I could sue you for slander.
Defamation?
Yeah, defamation.
But for what? What are you gonna sue me for? I mean, you can have my $20 cameras. It's all good. Don't worry.
true.
You can take them. So
That's true.
But no, I see. It's weird because like I'm majoring in theater, but I'm not a theater guy. Like I don't go watch shows. I don't know. I don't know like names of people. So I probably should, honestly.
Yeah, you should.
Because I mean, it's what I'm majoring. It's gonna be my life. But
Well, and you'll see, because some of the shows that I've seen that I walked in knowing absolutely nothing about, I walked out thinking, okay, I'm a fan.
Oh.
You know, that really blew me away. And so you should always try it. Now, I will say that, especially in an area like this where there's a lot of most of it is not professional.
yeah, community theater.
It's community theater.
Yeah.
Community theater is
It's gonna have its down plays.
There's good theater and there's theater that's not so good.
Yeah.
And if you go to a show and it's not up to what you thought it should be, don't base all community theater on that one show.
Yeah.
Give other
yes,
shows
yes,
a
yes,
chance, because it might just be that particular show had some challenges with the cast, had challenges with the director.
Yeah.
The material may not have been great.
It could also always be, don't let one community theater production ruin a show for you.
Right.
Too. Like
right.
if you get a chance to see it by professional, like for me, I kind of unrelated, yet kind of related or not. Like I knew Back to the Future. I've watched the movie. I love the movie.
Yeah.
I had no idea what the musical was about. Then I got tickets. And saw it, and I was like, I love this. This is great.
I didn't care for the musical
Didn't I?
as much. Yeah.
So
because I love the movie.
Yeah.
I love
It
the
had
movie.
high. I think that show. Again, coming from me, I don't know a lot of theater things as much. I think it is one of like the technical shows. Like the technical aspect is one of the
it was
technical
very
shows.
impressive.
Yeah.
It was very impressive what they
made
were able
the
to do.
DeLorean fly.
Well, they made a DeLorean just appear out of nowhere
Yeah.
too. It was very cool, but
Yeah.
I wish they would have done more to distinguish it a bit more from the movie. They pretty much followed the movie almost
it's a
line for
movie.
line.
It's a movie.
I mean, it's
It's the movie on stage with songs.
Yes.
So
yes.
I know the one song I did not like from that show at all. No, I mean I like the story behind it. That's it. Was right after Marty his principal is picking on him and his girlfriend's got to like cheer him up. I was not a fan of that song. I don't even know the name of it.
I couldn't tell you what the title is, but
I
know
was
what you're
not
talking
a
about.
fan of it
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. So okay, now I'm turning it back on you.
Oh,
what are
okay.
like
You know-
if there were musicals that you have seen that you would never ever want to
See,
either see or be a part of?
You're kind of getting like a Brandon McGee on you, trying to take over the podcast. You're kinda
No,
getting-
I'm just curious because you throw this at me.
It's only fair.
I
It's only
want
fair.
to hear,
Yeah.
and you don't have to give me 5. You can give me 2 or 3. I just
Okay,
want to know
cool.
are there any shows that you're just like, nope, I want nothing to
I
do
got
with
you.
them.
Oklahoma.
Okay.
I think that's mostly my personal experience because I mean I was in 5 shows this summer. I did Oklahoma being one of them.
Yeah.
And I closed Footloose at McLeod the same day as Sits Pro before Oklahoma.
That's a lot.
And so that was part of it. Also, it's a 3-hour-long musical.
That's
it was
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you, every show is 4 songs too long.
Oklahoma. Like, I do love some of the songs, like Oklahoma. I like that one. I
Yes.
like Lonely Room. There's some songs I like, but Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good.
All right.
Well, I gotta think about this.
Yeah, you throw it at me, but you can't take it yourself, can you?
I mean, I can take it. It's just give me a second to take it. Okay, give me a glass of water to swallow the pill. Sound of Music. Yeah, I'd be fine if I didn't see it again.
Yeah. Okay. So you and I will not. We'll
We'll agree on that. We'll agree on that
go
one
do
thing.
something different. And it's no offense to the people who are putting
no,
it on.
it's just the
I just want
show.
to say it's the show itself. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the but because I've seen it done by professionals.
Yeah.
I've seen a professional production of it, and it was really well done. It was very impressive, but I don't need to see it again.
So here's where the hate starts coming on me.
All right.
Legally Blonde.
Okay.
Not a fan of it. I mean, I watched the movie once and I was like, cool, girl power, go girl.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
girl. Go girl.
I'm indifferent.
Go Barbie.
I'm indifferent.
But I mean, the music. It feels like one of those things that's like, did we really need to make this musical?
Yeah.
It felt like that to me. That Legally Blonde, it's up there. Another one, it's what's it called? I'll get it. Wait, I'll give you guys some witty music. Don't worry. I can't think of it.
Okay.
I can't think of it.
That's great.
Well, now I can't talk.
Well,
now I gotta
no, you stop thinking about it. Don't think about it anymore. Just
No.
Just
How can
we'll
you
just move
not?
on.
How can you not think of it?
If it comes to you while we're talking,
Okay.
we'll pause and you can announce it.
All right,
but-
cool.
Okay.
All right. So now we're gonna switch it up. Top 5. Your top 5 favorites.
Top 5
Like-
favorites.
like
is this just musicals or is this plays included too?
You know what? You're up to your discretion. You pick.
Okay, I'll do a mix.
What?
How about that?
I'm fine with mixes. I'm fine. Our Town's number 1 for you.
No, but I did do Our Town.
Yeah, I did
that
it
was
too.
That was my second college production.
Oh.
So I have fond memories of that because of the people who were involved with it. I would like to do that show again sometime.
Yeah.
I would.
Me and you. Let's start a company and we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll just start a company.
It's not.
It's so easy.
I feel like you just gotta. I mean, you don't really have to have a company. Just be like, hey, I want to buy the rights for the show. Boom.
Well, you do, but you also have the money to buy the rights, and then you have to rent a facility, and you have costumes, and it costs money. So, I know. I mean, you put together this set, so
I'll do it. Let me in, Coach.
Okay. My number 1. Should I start with my number 1 or lead up to it?
I think we should lead up.
Okay, lead up to it. Shows that these are shows that I've been in.
I mean, my baby bottle pop while you're doing it. So.
Okay, enjoy that.
You ever had one of these baby bottle pops?
No.
Oh, you're missing out, bro.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm really not.
Yeah, it really is just sugar.
It's pure sugar. Yeah.
So.
No.
But go ahead. Go
it's
ahead.
All, it's
I'm
all
sorry.
you.
I interrupted you.
So shows that I've been in that I really enjoy. I do really. Spelling Bee is on the list.
Yeah, I love Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee is a fun show.
Nonsense. That's it. I got it. Nonsense. I found her.
I knew it would come to you.
I had fun. I had fun. I really did. I had fun marketing for them. I had fun watching it. I had fun getting questioned and getting handed Jesus Christ on a card. But I don't really want to watch a nun be high on Rush for 20 minutes on stage. So it was just boring. No offense, it was just boring.
Some people like that. I'm just saying.
What?
Some people like that.
Yeah, I do Rocky
That's
every
their
year.
thing.
Like it's fine.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, back to you. Sorry, I
so
found
Spelling
it.
Bee is very special.
Yes.
It's a very special show. I got to do it 3 times,
Yeah.
and
Were
it's-
you the vice principal?
every time? Every time
Yeah.
I've done that. Yeah, that role.
Would you want to do anything else, or?
In that show? No, I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't do anything. Punch is the only one because I'm not that strong of a singer, So so it
see
works
you as
because.
Barf.
But Barf has to sing, really be able
Yeah.
to sing, and I can't do that. Anyway, so Spelling Bee is up there. There is The Odd Couple. I've gotten to do that show twice.
The play?
The play. Neil Simon's The Odd Couple. Neil Simon's The Odd Couple is probably the only script that I can, even though I've done it twice, I'll still go back sometimes and read parts of it and laugh out loud while I'm reading it. And that doesn't usually happen.
Yeah.
But there are lines in that show that are so side-splitting funny that and they always catch me by surprise, even though I've done the show. So that's up there. Show
Freaky
called
Friday. I'm sorry, I thought of another one. Freaky Friday.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Are you just going to start doing? Is this going to be a thing now?
No,
You're just
I
gonna
promise.
Start,
but I
randomly
read it
shutting up?
because I did the show and I saw the hourglass they gave me because I was also the assistant director for it while
okay.
I was also in the show. And I also broke my tibia during the show. It was a bad experience. I did not like it.
Okay.
So it hit me. So I'm sorry. That's a show that I do not like.
You broke your tibia?
I broke my tibia during it.
Wow.
Not from the show. I was doing track before rehearsal.
Oh, so it wasn't in the show.
No, but it was the same time period. And
Okay.
I was pole vaulting and
Okay.
so back to your host. I'm so sorry.
No, Noises Off is an amazing show if it's done with a good cast and a good
what
director.
is Noises Off?
Noises Off is a comedy about a acting troupe putting on a show.
Oh, okay.
Act 1 is a few weeks before they open. No, excuse me. Act 1 is just like the day before they open. Act 2, and the show is not in a good place in Act 1.
Gotcha.
Then in Act 2, they rotate the set. They turn the set completely around, and Act 2 is completely backstage during a performance.
Oh, okay.
And it's really, most of it is done without lines. It's a lot of choreographed movement because there's
Is
a
it a
show
musical
going.
or a play?
No, it's a play.
Gotcha.
And then it's a 3-act play too, because Act 3 they flipped it back around, and all that craziness backstage has now spilled out onto the stage.
Gotcha.
And it's so funny.
Gotcha.
And we did that show at John A. Logan in 1997.
I was negative.
No, 1995.
I was negative 10 years old.
Yeah, 1995. And Ben Falcone was in that show, who is married to Melissa McCarthy.
Oh.
Did you do a show with Ben?
No.
Very cool.
So that was Max was in Christmas Story with him. So.
Yeah. But that's a fun show. It's a lot of work, and it can be bad if it's not directed right. But
Gotcha.
It's a good show.
Is this number one next? Or
No, I've lost count. There are two I'm going to put kind of in the same.
That's fine. Put them in the same category.
So I've done 2 shows. One is called The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged.
I've seen that one.
And then the other one is called Greater Tuna. And both of them I did with my friend Tim Robinson.
Loved him.
The Shakespeare show is 3 actors doing all of Shakespeare's works in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
I
It's a
saw
comedy.
I saw that one whenever I was in Europe.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's the Reduced Shakespeare Company. It's fantastic. We've done that one twice. Greater Tuna is a 2-man show doing about 40 different characters in this little town of Tuna, Texas.
Tuna, Texas.
Yes, and that was
If you're from Tuna, Texas,
that's a fun show.
if you're from Tuna, Texas, watching this, come on the podcast.
Yeah.
This is your invite. So
It's not really a real place. It's fictional. The character.
if you're from anywhere named Tuna,
All right.
do you like tuna fish?
I'll do an honorable mention before I get to my number 1.
All right.
Because I've done it twice. No, I've done it 3 times. Excuse me. And I've played
I think I know what it is.
two different roles. It's To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was.
I've played Atticus Finch twice, and then I played the bad guy Bob Ewell, which was a complete
You've
complete
played a lot
opposite
of
of
you've
Atticus.
played a lot of roles multiple times.
I have. I like. I did that with 12 Angry Men too, which is a good show.
Yeah, I love 12 Angry Men.
Although I did play a different role in the second time I did it.
But you like repeating shows?
I don't mind it because there's a familiarity to it, but
Gotcha.
also I want to see if I can build on it.
Gotcha.
If I can,
Yeah.
what more can I do with it? And that brings me to my number 1 show, which is the other show I've done 3 times, which is Fiddler on the Roof. Excuse me. Tevye is my all-time favorite role.
Of all time, ever.
Period. And the role of Tevye is the one role that I feel like I could do every day for the rest of my life
Gotcha.
and never grow tired of it.
Yeah.
Because I love him so much.
First time I ever saw Fiddler on the Roof, ever. Never watched, never read, wasn't there a movie?
There was a movie. Yeah.
Never watched the movie, never read the book, nothing at all. And I remember I watched it when your last time you did Pyramid Players, unless
Yes.
you've done it secretly again.
No, that was the last time I did it.
I remember watching it, and I was like, whoa, wow, this is Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Oh.
and I remember I was watching with my mom, because my mom loves Fiddler on the Roof. She not as much as Oliver.
That's
but,
okay.
No, she loves Fiddler on the Roof. And I was watching it, and I was like, oh. And then it was the part where Tevye, where basically he's basically like, no, I don't care. I can't bend that far.
He disowned his daughter.
Disowned his daughter, yeah. It was that part. I was like, whoa,
I know.
what's happening? Yeah.
It's,
and then
it's not a happy ending.
no,
It's
not at all.
Similar to The Sound of Music in that way.
Yeah.
Everybody leaves their homeland.
Yeah. But it also, I feel like that show, it's because there's the musicals that seeing it live and hearing the recording, they're different. But I've seen that show twice, and both times they both were the same expectation I had to the soundtrack. They both were really good.
Yeah.
But that also plays into the company doing it and the people you have too.
It does,
so.
and I've had, I did it. What's fun is the journey that I've taken with that character. When I first did it, I was in high school. So I had no idea what fatherhood was.
Yeah.
I was, I was 17, 18 years old, and I'm playing a 50-year-old, dairyman in Russia. But I'm experiencing it at that age, at a young age.
Yeah.
Then the next time I did it, I had just become a father.
Oh, okay.
I just had Riley. I just had my daughter. And so I was at that age and started to understand what fatherhood was all about. And the last time I did it was just a couple of years ago, where I'm finally at the end of that spectrum.
How old is he actually?
I don't know if it's ever specified.
I mean, you're getting kind of close to him.
Well, I'm his age.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Now I'm Tevye's age. Yeah.
So would you, if say Skyline did the show, would you do it again? Would you audition?
I would. I don't think I would ever turn down an opportunity to play Tevye.
Gotcha.
Again, I just love that role.
I'm about to beat you. I'm about to loophole you.
Oh boy, what?
So you get 2 pots. So you get 2. First option, number 1.
Is this like a blue pill, red pill kind of a thing?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Pill number 1.
Okay.
It's gonna be the blue pill.
Okay, I'm ready.
No, red pill. This one's red pill.
I don't like where this is going, but keep going.
Red pill. You can play Tevye on Broadway. They're doing a Broadway. You get to play Tevye on Broadway and guaranteed national tour afterwards, and free tickets for as many people as you want.
Okay.
Your contract is $15,000 a week.
Okay.
But you have to wear a Cubs hat.
See,
during every rehearsal.
I knew a Cubs hat was coming out.
Or option number 2.
This would be the blue pill.
This would be the blue pill. Yes.
Okay.
Blue pill being you are never allowed to listen, watch, or anything to a Fiddler on the Roof ever again, but you can continue to be a Cardinals fan. Let's see where that loyalness lies.
Just because you put the hat on doesn't mean that you're a fan.
No, but any rehearsal you were ever in, you have to wear a Cubs hat.
Jeez.
And with national tours, you have rehearsal still.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
Every week for the rest of life, you will be wearing a Cubs hat. But you'll be making $5,000 a week playing your favorite role on Broadway and national tour. So
I'm not going to answer this question.
What, bro?
I'm not going to answer this question because if I answer one way, I'll be disloyal to my team. If I answer another way, you're going to say I'm full of crap.
It's a what if though. It's a what if though.
But it's not. It's never going to come to fruition ever.
It could.
It wouldn't.
But it could.
Well, I would say that if I'm able to be Tevye on Broadway, that I would have enough clout to say I'm not wearing that hat. I'm just saying.
I don't know about all this.
Contractual.
I don't know about. It is contractual. It is. Whatever.
Anybody who would force me to sign a contract like that is, I mean, I would think that it's just like when the Cubs won the World Series and people were mad at me for. Do you want me to begrudgingly wear the hat of your team?
Yes. Yes.
No.
It's not my team.
No, you don't.
Well, it's not my team, so it don't really matter.
Okay. If it was your team,
I can Photoshop.
Yes, I know.
I have Photoshop, so don't worry. But no, it's going back to because Tevye, he plays a father. He plays a father.
Yes.
What? I mean, obviously, you've played the role 3 times. Each time has been separate. Each time has had different experiences, more and more. Mm-hmm. What was it like being the father? Because you had to be a father to play. I mean, you don't have to be a father to play the role. It helps a lot.
It certainly helps.
What was that like? Like, what's it like to be a father?
Well, what's really interesting, again, is, and if you don't know the show, he has 5 daughters, and they range in age from very young to being married off. Yeah. And so when I was doing the show, like I said, the second time I had just had my little girl.
Yeah.
And so I was very new at this whole fatherhood thing. And then the last time I did it, my daughter was at marrying age, and now she is married. So, it's like, I was able to
tap
into those feelings.
Yeah.
That, your daughter is going away to start her own life, and things are not. And I think it's very relatable for people as they grow older and they have children because things happen that are out of your control, that don't follow the traditions of how you feel they should be done.
Yeah.
And all you can do is just let them go do their thing and hope that it works out for the best.
So, like, has there been moments as being a dad, like, you've been like, whoa, what's happening? Has that moment happened?
Being a dad?
Yeah.
All the time.
Does it?
Oh, sure.
I'm not a dad, so I got no idea.
You're not?
Not surprisingly, I do not have children. Everyone.
Okay. None that
the
you know
rumor's
of.
not true that we know of. Yes.
Okay. No, I mean, fatherhood is a whole other thing, man. I mean, it's weird. It's weird because when you're still a kid when you have your kid, in a lot of ways, and you're like, they don't come with instruction manuals, and you feel completely inadequate.
You could buy a baby book,
but you feel completely inadequate.
Yeah.
There's no perfect parent. Okay.
No.
And every parent thinks like they're failing or not doing enough or not doing it right. But hey, you're doing. I mean, if you're not beating your children,
yes.
If you're
not breaking the law,
you're not neglecting your children.
Yeah.
You're doing okay. Can we all be better? Yes. There's always opportunity. It's just like anything. You can always be better. And the better comes through repetition, doing the things. I mean, this
So you're saying have more kids. So you're saying have more kids then?
Did I say that?
No, but
did I say have more kids?
You could imply.
I have 2. That's enough for me. 2's enough.
Have a third kid or wear a Cubs hat.
Oh, give me the Cubs hat. You found the thing. I don't,
really?
I'm too old to have a kid anymore anyway. So.
So were there moments that you were like, are you happy with how you did it, or would you go back and change things? Because you also remember
fatherhood.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, there's always. I mean, I think any parent will tell you that there are times in their life that they would do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
But in the long run, again, looking back at it, even those times when the most challenging times. You get through it.
Yeah.
I always said that with my daughter, that between her and me, one of us was not going to make it through her teen years. But we did. Yeah. We did. And we just barely made it, but we made it, and you just learn as you go. Yeah.
Cause I also like for me, I grew up without a dad. I don't have a dad. And my mom was a single mother raising me and my brother. So obviously my number one goal in life is to be the best dad I can be. Like, that's my goal. I never got that.
And that's good.
But I also don't wish, if it makes sense, I'm happy where I'm at. I wouldn't go back and change it because I wouldn't be who I am without it. Right. And I feel like that plays into life of everything. Is how you live with your mistakes. You live with what you didn't have and have.
Absolutely, you do.
And I feel like that's one thing. Like a lot of people say, I go change so much. Would you change stuff?
Probably not.
Because a whole completely different person.
Because you don't know that if you went back and changed that one thing,
butterfly effect.
It could change. It could start a ripple effect.
So Riley was first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Riley was good. I don't remember your son's name. I apologize.
Charlie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Charlie just did the Cardinals thing, right? What was the thing with the Cardinals?
Okay. So let me flag. Do you want me to go into this?
It's up to you.
I mean,
you pick. You're the guest.
The studio audience is yawning, so I just want to
make sure. I'll wake them up. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
Wake up. They're up now. Okay. Don't worry.
So my son was diagnosed with a rare brain disorder back in when he was 3 years old.
Okay.
He had been, but the disease actually it started when he was before he was 2 years old. The disease went undiagnosed for almost 2 years. But finally, he was diagnosed with a rare disease called Rasmussen's encephalitis.
Okay. Can you repeat that one more time?
Rasmussen's encephalitis.
Rasmussen's
encephalitis, which is a very, very, very rare brain disease. They don't know what causes it. They don't know how to cure it. The only way you can stop the progression of it is to do a very drastic surgery, which is what we did, called a hemispherectomy, which disconnects the 2 hemispheres of the brain.
Whoa.
And I know people are thinking, what the heck does this have to do with the Cardinals? But we're getting there. So this happened.
All 2 people watching right
This happened, yes, I know, to the tens of people.
Yeah.
This happened the surgery took place just before his 4th birthday. So we were in St. Louis Children's Hospital for 5 weeks, and he had to relearn how to walk because it left him with weakness on his left side. He can't. Gotcha. He has limited use of his arm and hand on the left side, but he had to relearn how to walk and do a lot of things. So it was a long stretch. We were in the hospital, and it was long days. And during that time, we found out that some of the Cardinals players were going to come to the hospital and come to some of the rooms. And a friend who had a friend who had a friend made a call and made sure that our room was put on that list. So that day, John Jay, who was a Cardinal at the time, came to visit with us and spend about 15 minutes with us, and it was a big day for us because it's our team. And then he left, but he came back a little bit later on and brought Daniel Descalso, who was also a Cardinal player at the time. And they had the Cardinals official photographer come in, and they did a photo that the Cardinals that was like the photo that they used for their social media.
Oh, okay,
It was Charlie. So it was him, the two players, their wives, and Charlie.
Yeah.
So that started so like Fred Bird came to see us, and then one of the people who does the games on TV had a couple of the other players like give some, take some pictures with a "We got you, Charlie" kind of a thing. And it just became, the Cardinals kind of became, like a support.
Yeah.
And again, they're our favorite team. So
it works out.
It was very special. Okay. Flash forward to this year. Charlie is 11 years seizure free. The surgery.
Good for him.
He has a lot of challenges, but he's doing very well. He's getting there. And Daniel Descalso and John Jay are now back with the Cardinals as coaches on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could get the three of them together again?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to John Jay through his social media, and he replied and said, hey, we'll take care of some tickets for you for that game. Because we were going to be in town last week anyway, because Charlie had some testing at St. Louis Children's Hospital. So we knew we were going to be in town that night. And so he said, and then he said, hey, I'm going to get you on the field for batting practice. So we went down there.
Yeah.
And so he came out and talked with us. Daniel Descalso came out. We were able to get the picture of the three of them together again. He met with a couple of the other players and the manager. But then his favorite player is Alec Burleson.
Okay.
And John Jay said he left and he came back and said, hey, come with me. And we followed him onto the field out there, and there was Alec Burleson.
Yeah.
And, and Charlie was just so stoked because he was wearing a necklace that had number 41, which is Alec Burleson's number.
That's awesome.
He had no clue. I mean, we didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But it caught Alec Burleson by surprise to see, hey, oh my gosh, you really are a fan.
Yeah.
This isn't just lip service.
That's awesome.
Actually. So it was really neat. And the Cubs, it was against the Cubs.
Yeah.
And the Cubs lost that night. So it was a
Were you
perfect
happy?
night. Oh, perfect night. Mwah, chef's kiss. It was so good.
Wow.
Yes.
No,
But
that's
it was
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals have always been our team, but there's deeper. So see,
deeper meaning behind it. Yeah.
That's why I can't wear a Cubs hat, man. That's why I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't.
What if we also paid Charlie $5 million? What if we paid both of you?
I can't tell what Charlie would do. I don't think he would put on a Cubs hat, but you know what?
$5 million.
$5 million. That buys a lot of Legos.
Oh, he a Lego guy?
Oh yeah,
I'm a Lego guy.
He loves Legos.
I always like with this guy because this is the Thanos. Little Thanos.
I think they're retiring that one this year.
Really?
I think I just saw that.
I mean, it is also kind of older, so
yeah.
I've always been a Lego guy, but I mean, I'm now just a Lego set guy.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a difference between a Lego person and a Lego set person.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, I had the tub that had
50
50 million
sets.
sets.
Charlie's a Lego set. He likes the cars. He likes Star Wars. I just got the Back to the Future DeLorean.
Did you?
I need to put that together.
Isn't that like decent size too?
Yeah, I think this one's the big one. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think it's a pretty good
I
size.
think what we should do, and that would be about $3,000 investment. Get the huge, the biggest Lego set ever, the Star Destroyer. Like the 4-foot Star Destroyer.
Where is this money going to come from? You just said you don't get a dime for this.
We can find ways. We can find ways. And I think of
Okay.
putting it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect for one episode.
I think it would be too big. I think you would be totally dwarfed by it.
But it's a Lego Star Destroyer, so I think I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
be
start
fine
like a
with
GoFundMe for it.
No, I can't do that.
Just do it.
I can't do that. No.
You're-
No.
You have tens of fans out there.
I have
who
two
would
watching right now.
But, you know.
So that means each person needs to donate $1,500. That's what I'm hearing.
Well,
so
one of those people is probably my wife. So, no, one person's going to have to cover the entire thing.
oh, come on, Miss Patrick, Mrs.
No.
Patrick.
No.
What's your wife's name?
Julie.
Come on, Julie. Julie, come on, Julie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't.
Whatever. What?
Don't.
Three viewers. See,
So there you go.
the Star Destroyer is working.
It's getting
It's
it's becoming more
Don't worry.
realistic now.
Don't worry.
It's doable now.
No, but no, that really, that's like an awesome memory. That's an awesome
is.
memory.
It
It really
was-
is.
it
That's
really
cool.
is, yeah.
And
It
like for me, I instantly went smile. That's cool.
That was it, and it was cool because I put a Facebook post out about it, and then got a call from WSIL who wanted to do a story about
Yeah.
it, and our friends over at Swinford Media wanted
Yeah.
to do a story about it. So it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that, but that was not the reason
Was not
we
the
did
goal.
it. We
Yeah.
just wanted to get them back together again.
Yeah.
And so Charlie could see it and have that because he was too young to really remember it.
Yeah.
But also for my wife and I to be able to thank them
Yeah.
for
'Cause
helping us
'cause-
during that time.
Because I remember on your Instagram pouring, be like, "This is definitely Charlie's favorite day," or it was something on the lines of that.
Yeah, he's embarrassed by it now because I've publicized it. But he said it was his best day of his life.
Aw, yeah. Well, that's awesome, and I feel like is that one of the moments that like make like being a parent worth it. Like,
Well,
seeing
sure.
your kids like
Anytime
that.
you can do something special for your kids.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But
So you would rather wear a Cubs hat than have another kid?
no, look, I'm not. See, you're putting.
You said it.
If I had to have I'm too old to have another kid.
Adoption's always an option.
No, you didn't say adoption. You said have another kid.
Gosh,
I'm getting you on a
2-day-old
technicality.
2-day-old adoption. They're 2 years old, so you gotta deal
Make it
with
a
it.
3-day-old and we'll talk.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, Ryan. Well, I think we covered a lot. We filled in the name, anything, and everything.
I think we have bored everybody to death.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
that's just rude.
You know, David Letterman, his studio was notoriously cold. He would keep his studio freezing.
Okay.
That was part of it. It was like people who went to see his show, a taping of his show,
Yeah.
it was freezing. Your studio is the exact opposite.
Yes, it is hot.
It is.
It is very
I have
hot.
lost weight. I think I've lost 10 pounds.
Well,
sitting
then
here.
there you go. I'm glad I can help you out.
There's a puddle underneath me in this seat. I'm so sorry for whoever has to sit in this chair after me.
It's probably gonna be Brandon
so
McGee's.
sorry.
It's probably gonna be Brandon McGee's.
Brandon,
So
I
do you
am
feel bad?
so sorry. No, I am. He needs to like dry it out, air it out.
Oh my gosh, people are what the weight loss podcast. That's what they're saying. I don't know who that is, but
Podcast.
what?
Yeah.
Alpha Male R6.
Thank you, Alpha Male.
Thank you, Alpha Male. All right. Well, we're gonna hang it now. Stop, Nick. Oh, sup. What's up? Okay.
Oh.
We're gonna end it before it gets chaotic. So,
Stop, Nick.
all right, everyone. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank
Hey.
you, Ryan, very much coming on. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And I think I've got a few TikToks I can make from this episode. So that's the goal.
Unfortunately, I think you can. Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Okay.
It's always the goal. So thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned.